Hi, it's Fiona Bolton here from Awakening Fertility. And today I want to ask you, do you have painful periods? And are they heavy periods? And have you even been diagnosed with any kind of high estrogen or estrogen dominant type illness like PCOS, fibroids? There's an array of different ailments that you might have been diagnosed with. Whether you have or whether you haven't been diagnosed with any of these things, and if you have been suffering with painful periods, then I want you to know that this isn't normal and this isn't natural. Yes, it's common, it's very common, but it doesn't have to be this way. And actually, having estrogen dominance is simply a reflection of how you're able to assimilate your lifestyle. In this day and age, it's a day where we are exposed to so many different toxins. And it's not your fault. There's toxins in the air that we breathe. There's a lot of radiation. There's toxins in the water that we drink. There is a huge plastics epidemic. For example, I encourage all of my clients to eat organic food, yet a lot of the organics are wrapped in plastic. And all this plastic exposure, it builds up in the body. It's not natural. Now, if I was having this conversation with your grandma or even your great-grandma, it would be so easy for her to reduce estrogen dominance because she could just carry on eating normal fruit and vegetables because they were all organic. She wouldn't have all that plastic exposure. She wouldn't have the buildup of radiation that we have from the atomic bombs that our governments have let off through to all the airplane rides that we take. There's a lot of radiation exposure and even using microwaves that just didn't exist before World War II. So all of these things add up. And whether you had painful periods as a child or you're suffering with painful periods now, heavy periods or chunky periods, then this is a sign that really we need to look at managing your lifestyle. Starting to look at a couple of detox techniques would be really, really beneficial. Just gentle detoxes that help the body to rid of these fake estrogens, which we call xenoestrogens. Because when you're exposed to these toxic elements that are in our lifestyle, it can even include exhaust fumes and new furniture smells, new carpet, all those things. They have fumes and they are toxic. Even our technology is toxic. So all of these add up and add up and add up. And your body is constantly trying to clean itself out. And when it can't, when it's beginning to get too congested, that's when we're seeing this being reflected in our period. So your body's always speaking to you, and it's wonderful when you begin to understand what your body's trying to tell you. And this is something I teach all of my clients on a one-to-one basis. And I've been teaching them since 2007, and it's something that I'd love to teach you too if you've got any questions or queries. Hey, Michael, thanks for joining. So if you want to clean up some of the stuff in your lifestyle, so you want to really, a lot of my clients say to me, I want to carry on living the lifestyle I'm living, but I want to have different results. I want to be more fertile. I want to have more energy. I don't want to be suffering with pain. So it comes down to looking at ways you can support your lifestyle with a couple of different detox techniques. And one of the easiest detoxes I find is just bringing MSM into your morning routine. So having it with some lemon juice. And I also recommend adding some superfoods if you can, some other organic superfoods like in my Shine that I sell my clients. This is a superfood blend, a powdery blend that you mix with hot water and lemon and with the organic sulfur, which is what MSM is. And this is going to help the body to begin to clear out the toxins that has been accumulating in your body from our lifestyle, from, like I said, the air that we breathe, the water that we drink. They're just building up and building up and building up. There are other ways as well, and you might have heard of them. You might have heard of Oestrogen or DIMS, and this is where we're combining vegetables in really big amounts and taking the extract. So it's like you're eating bucket loads of specific vegetables that come from the family of broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage. So these have a lot of sulfur, and these can help the body to rid from excess estrogen. And even men are suffering from the excess estrogen, these xenoestrogens. And that's why we're seeing a lot of men with moobs, as we call them, or fat around the waist, fat around the hips, because it's a feminizing hormone. Basically, all of these toxins from the non-organic foods that we eat and all the plastic exposure and the radiation, they mimic the estrogen hormone in the body, and they tell the body that it's more estrogen flowing through, and the body responds in such a way that men are becoming more feminized and women are getting more painful periods and more fat around the belly as well. And we want to be able to clear this. It's not fat from foods, from fattening foods, so to speak. It's fat from hormones, the hormone disruptors that we're exposed to. So that's why the only way to get rid of these hormone disruptors is to detox. So again, if you want to just make it super simple, you have that morning drink that I recommend all my clients have. And it's not just any MSM that you can get from health food stores. A lot of the MSM on the markets and in health food stores are made from petrochemicals. So you don't want to be consuming that. You want to have the natural product that comes from pine trees, which is something that I specifically source and bring into the country and distribute all over the world for my clients, because it's 100% healthy and organic. And that's what we've got to see, a few changes like that, a few little lifestyle tweaks. So in addition to doing your best to avoid plastics and non-organic food and having clean water, so not tap water because that's recycled toilet water, you can also look at ways that are affecting your cellular health. Hi Claire, give you a wave as well. And ways you can support your cellular health not only include diet and lifestyle, so certain exercises that help to reduce estrogen dominance in the body, but also looking at ways that you can analyze what's going on in your mind. Your mind, your thoughts, your feelings really do impact your cellular health. So you might be getting hung up on certain things or stressed about certain things, which really don't matter, but it's where your energy's going. And it's really important that you can begin to assess and see, where's my energy being leaked? Am I leaking energy? Am I losing energy over this situation? And if so, I've got in my program, my online Fertile Lifestyle course, it's just a very simple, efficient 90-day program that helps you to identify where your energy leaks are and how to draw that energy leak back from people who are pressing your buttons. So you don't want to be telling stories all the time of negative things, because you're just constantly reliving them. And that negative drains your energy, and then it also puts your hormones out. We hold excess anger in our liver, and our liver is our biggest detoxifying organ. So if you are harboring things that annoy you, that irritate you, etc., it will affect the function of your liver. And when your liver's not functioning properly, it means that your body can't metabolize the hormones. Your liver metabolizes up to 80% of all of our hormones. So if you want hormone balance and therefore more energy and less moodiness and less fat around the middle, because that's where the extra estrogen deposits the fat because of all the toxins, the body can't break it down. As I was mentioning earlier, the fat around the middle from estrogen dominance is fat from toxic overload. So your body doesn't want to break it down because it can't break it down. But if you detox the body, it will help to shed that toxic overload. So there's lots and lots of little gems that I've just given to you today. I wanted to keep today really short and sweet because you can overcome the painful periods if you're suffering from estrogen dominance. Men, you can lose the excess weight that you're carrying around the breast tissue and the waist as well. And men nowadays are so emotional, and that's because they're becoming more feminized from the foods that we're eating, the water that we're drinking. There's just too much estrogen exposure, and you get that from non-organic chicken especially. It's renowned for it. And there's other ways that you can detox in addition to having the MSM. I'm a big fan of people doing the castor oil cleanse. And if you're unsure, because not every cleanse is good for fertility, if you're unsure, reach out to me. I'm going to leave my details in this live. And if you'd like a complimentary consultation, if we've never had one, then please get in touch. I'd love to support you, because your fertility journey really is a personalized journey. And I have helped so many women over the years, since 2007, women and couples, to have a happier, healthier life and therefore create a happier, healthier baby. Even women in their late 40s. So if I can help them, I'm sure I can help you too. Thank you so much for watching. It's always an absolute pleasure. And I'll see you next week. Bye for now.